A very good morning, everyone. Atma Namaste. Today, we are on a very interesting part of our learning. We are working on something very serious. Okay, and once you know how to do this, I think you have done anything, you have learned everything, and no, it will help you clear everything. Okay, so this is connected to our mind narratives and stories that we say. This is very important. Okay, narratives and stories, I think we are very well versed. We all have our stories to say. We all have our narratives. We all have our beliefs. We all have ways that we are uh, accustomed to live our life in certain way, right? So, in many ways, our life worked for us. In certain ways, it didn't work, but still we kept going on with whatever we had, isn't it? So, I want you to understand this very clearly that mind narratives. Mhm. And our belief systems create will have a very major role in creation of your reality. Your narratives play a very major role in shaping up your reality. Why? Because every thought you carry will have no power without your energy into it, right? So yesterday, Lakshmi Gauri said, we have one thought and we have got like spider's web attaching to that thought, and that's expanding our entire situation or narration. So this narrative, what is narrative? The stories are the factors that we believe we, or maybe we don't believe them yet, but we create a situations or we create multiple situations in the mind and we think of them repeatedly. So we add new story to the existing stories. We add supportive stories. These are narratives. Now, why are narratives dangerous? Every narrative is going to add to the affirmation of the belief. That means if you have a belief, this narrative is going to add fuel to it so that this narration becomes true. Okay, so narration plays a very important role. Narratives play a very major role. If you can take control of your narratives, then you can take control of your entire situation. Because narratives add something called temptation. How many of you have experienced this temptation to overthink? To think every thought that comes to your mind. You don't want to let go. You get a thought. Unless you see the end of it, you not start thinking of it. How many of you have experienced this?
Sometimes అవుతుంది వంశీ గారు.
Hmm. Sometimes, right?
Yes.
But most of us have this tendency, na, that if you get a thought, you have to see the end of the thought. Every thought should stop naturally, or else you don't stop thinking. You not put any conscious effort. Though the thought is disturbing, though you don't like the thought, you still continue to have these thoughts, right? So this temptation to
Yes.
think these thoughts has a very important role in shaping up the reality. Because every thought that your mind harbors, and you add some story to it, you add a narrative to the thought. You are assuring that this thought is going to manufacture itself or manifest itself. And narratives are your power control. When you put a check dam, you are putting check dam to your narratives. Okay. Because every narrative has a very powerful influence on you. Every narrative will ensure that whatever you've been thinking is manifested. So, narration or narrative will make sure you are. See, your narratives will show how are you thinking also, na? Every narrative will make sure you think what your emotional or mental state is in those direction or in those lines only. So you only think those thoughts. You only add these to the narration that shows you the core of who you are and what exactly is happening within you. Very, very important for you to notice this because every narrative that you carry is showing you this is how you think. If you're aware of it. Okay, when you're not aware, what happens is you have thoughts and thoughts and thoughts. You have to be thinking, thinking, thinking. Nothing escalates from there. But eventually, your emotional state, the initial thought has created or was created by the initial thought, will sustain. All these narratives will sustain this emotional state. So these emotional states that you carry are a testament to what exactly you will experience or will act like a cues that says what exactly you'll experience in certain time. Narratives. And also your narrative is a product of your belief system also. You might say, I don't have any negative thoughts. I don't believe in negativity, I believe in positivity. I always want to be positive. Wonderful, but how are your narratives? For example, you wanted to go to a temple. You want to start by so and so time so that you can reach it at so and so time. For example, the drive between your house and the temple is 25 minutes. Whenever you start, it takes 25 minutes. Occasionally, when there is when there is a lot of traffic, it might be 30-35 minutes, but not more than that. 25 minutes is the usual time that it takes for you to reach from your house to the temple. So your brain know that okay, if it is given 25 minutes, you'll be reaching out to that place. You will be reaching the place. But you have a belief that you do not have luck. You also have a belief that nothing is easy. You also carry a belief that whenever it is important, something will happen that you will be late. These three were the beliefs that you carry from very, very long time that is not connected to this event at all. You woke up fresh. Last night only you prepared everything that you need to prepare. You woke up fresh and you got ready and you wanted to reach there by 8 o'clock. You started by 7:30, hoping that you will be reaching before 8 o'clock, 5 minutes to spare. So you wake up with that enthusiasm. Yes, today I'm going to the temple. You took bath and you wore fresh clothes and then you put some makeover, feeling that okay, today I'm going to visit this temple. Now what happens? 7:30, you're in your lift. Suddenly lift is troubling. First trigger. Now what happens? Your mind will start to think. Normally it says, okay, lift is late. You're a positive person. No problem. I still have 5 more minutes to spare now. Maybe the 5 minutes is gone. Yes, I'll reach by 8 o'clock before 25 minutes only. Maybe I'll drive a little faster. Somehow you reach the ground floor and you're out of your lift lobby and you got into your vehicle. Time starts now. Okay. It's 7:35. So by 8 o'clock sharp, you'll reach. You are very happy. You got into your vehicle and suddenly you realize there is less petrol in the vehicle. And you're like, oh, less petrol. No worries. I'll go to the petrol pump, which is like 10 minutes away. It's on the way only. 5 more minutes extra might be. I'll compensate. Second event, you went to the petrol pump, there's a huge queue. Or there's a moderate queue. And then slowly some anxiety will kick in. Arey, I have to go to the temple by 8 o'clock now. It is a little late. Ah, okay, no problem. होता है. Then you fill the petrol, okay, and then you also got your air checked in the way tires, and also you got them corrected. Every one or two tires needs to have more air in it. You got it filled, and you reach to the temple by 8:03, just 3 more minutes later. Okay, this is one scenario. But why were you late by 3 or 8 minutes in total? When you have to reach in 25 minutes, you start at 7:30. This is 3 minutes late by 8 o'clock, but ideally you have to be by 7:55. So 8 minutes late. Why were you late? So one of your belief system that whenever there's an important task, I'll be late. Got manifested here because to you temple is very important. You are waking up, you're excited about it. You want to do this, you want to do that, you want to be very positive, you want to just make sure your day is yours. But unfortunately, this event could not help, or this moment helped you to bring that to the surface. And had if you never had this belief that I will be late, or you have this belief I'll always be in time or on time, not later than that. Somehow, what happened today might not happen. But even though you never had this belief, it happened. First question you have to ask yourself is is it an isolated event or not? Or does it have an influence carried by myself? Or is it an influence of others that I'm carrying? This gives you a clarity. For this, you have to be brutally honest. So all this process, you never had a narrative. Okay, you're just observing things as they are, right? Just observing things as they are. Okay, now comes the scenario two. You woke up fresh, you got into lift, and then suddenly lift is stumbling. Appa, what all? Why I have to rush to temple? It's happening now only. Lift is not on time, and you got to feel that agitation that it's already getting delayed. It's troubling. So you started to build a narrative with that emotional disruption. The narration goes like this. It's always like this. Nothing is ever right. Nothing is. And every time I wanted to go to temple like this happen. I don't know if God wants me or not. You thought for some time, and then you got to the car, and you have realized there's no petrol. So again, you're fully frustrated, and then you have because of this sustained frustration, you will definitely see petrol pump is not easy. Okay, huge queue, or the one before you who needs to pay have payment issues. When there is no second counter that you can go, also you have to wait till that guy clears the payment, and all the other people in front of you have also got the fuels done, payments done. Then it's your turn. All those process are you not frustrated? Now you try to distract, divert. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But are you aware that you're getting frustrated and you're in this state of frustration? Now you will think, what if I'm late? What if the arti starts or finishes by the time I reach? What if God doesn't want me to come to temple, hence is creating all these problems? Suddenly you think of all the events of your life where you're late, or someone's comment that, okay, this guy or this girl will always be late. And you have that belief, and the belief is carrying out. Now what is happening? You're feeding these narratives, right? With these thoughts. Sometimes you think this thought, or these thoughts will just pop into your head, isn't it? And now what happens? Exactly. You are repeatedly thinking these negative events and you're creating a strong thought energy field, just triggering all the negative emotions. The emotions that you thought you are over it, they have no power over you, they will start to disempower you to an extent that you have lost your entire power and control. And you attract more events like this. And again, you have a traffic signal, long signal, or maybe there's an accident right in front of you where you cannot even push off. Something or other will happen. If nothing is happening, wonderful. Uh, and yeah, if you also say, whose face did I see after I wake up? Now, whose evil eye is on me? Who did not want me to go there? Sometimes 1 or 2 days before you told that I'm going to temple, someone was not really happy at home. He's like, why should you go? It's very hard. Should you really have to go? And you remember that, okay, you said because that person said this, it is not happening. That person casted an evil eye on me. So one event that didn't go well in the in a sequence of events, when you could take control of your narratives, or when you could take control of your thoughts, then 90% of the things that have happened might not have happened at all. But even though they happened, that means they are meant to happen. Why? Because they are reinforcing your existing beliefs. But how do you know you have your beliefs that way? Now, in the first scenario, because you have had that belief that I'll be late for early important events, or you believe that there's always an evil eye on you, or you always believe that God doesn't love you, or you have this thing, you don't have an you got very wobbly faith. So if everything aligns, then only you believe. Something is not aligning, then you say, what is there? Should I really believe? Who should I believe? What should I believe? And you get into this narrative. If that's a part of your system,
Is this
isn't it? So it is the reinforcement of every belief that you carry. Sometimes when you believe that you are very, very lucky, you can flip things over. No matter how late I start, I'll be reaching on time. How many of you carry this belief? I'm very lucky. Somehow things will align for me. I believe this. I'm very lucky. Somehow God loves me more than anybody else. No matter what happens, I'll have a good day ultimately. Hmm. Because I have harbored this. Now I'll be like, I'll give a counter thought. What if everything is aligning? What if everything is going as per my thought? What if everything is just happening because I wanted it to happen in a certain way? If I carry these thoughts, now what happens? All these thoughts are making my work much more simple because they're supporting, they are supportive of my pursuit. I wanted to go to the temple by 8 o'clock. Somehow, no matter how late I start, I'll be reaching by 8 o'clock. Hmm. Maybe I have to reach by 8 o'clock. I start at 8 o'clock, 25 minutes, 8:25. Suddenly, because 8 o'clock Aarti starts and you want to attend the Aarti, for example. That day, the Pandit is like, very late or something happened that, he didn't start the Aarti till you have arrived. Had it ever happened? You thought you're late for a meeting, but meeting was also late. So you were late, the meeting was late. So by the time you arrived, they started the meeting and you missed nothing. Have you ever encountered this? Not just meeting, a function also, something like that, an event. Did it not happen to you? You are rushing and rushing, but when you reach there, there's nothing happening. You're like, I rest for nothing, right? It's a very common thing for a lot of us. We might have experienced that. That means not every time life goes sideways in a negatively. So you're accepting things as they are. This builds acceptance. No matter how late I start, again, it doesn't mean you will harbor indiscipline. No, you are doing everything in your best capacity in the right way. But when things are happening, that's alignment, that's fine. If things are not happening, you're absolutely okay because nothing is changing your actual core or who you are in your core. Because who you are at your core is always a reflection of everything that you carry. Okay. Or who you are at core is completely masked by everything that you carry. So you don't know who you are for a very, very long time because of your narratives, because of your beliefs. These beliefs and narratives are creating a mask or facade over you. This facade is going to make sure that you don't see the truth. You only see what has been shown. You're showing this to the world, you're showing it to yourself also, na? And you're seeing that as your reality, and that's why you're stuck. Okay, you feel okay, I'm so and so, and you always be in that zone. Or you put a barricade around you and you be in the barricade only. And you start to believe that you are what your barricade is showing you. It's not true, right? You are more than that. You are way more than your narratives. But are we stopping there? No. The moment narrative starts, instead of feeding that narrative, what are you doing actively? You breaking the narrative? How do you break the narrative? The moment you have realized you're thinking, you are thinking those thoughts. Stop. Say stop to yourself. Walk, move around, shake your body. Okay. Let that emotional discharge happen. If you are in a place where you cannot move, just breathe. Force exhale. Force exhale till that emotion is discharged. Once all the emotion is discharged, then you have space to think what you want to think. Only when you consciously think what you want to think, that is when you have the utmost power and control. Or else you don't have any power or control. You always feel lost and stuck. Isn't it? Did we not experience that? Very, very important, very simple, very subtle, but very, very powerful. Narratives. If you don't take care of your narratives, narratives will take care of everything. So I would say don't have any narrative. Don't have positive narrative or negative narrative also. You have to develop seeing things as they are without any narrative, without any perspective. Because perspective will also add to the narrative. But to reach there, first you should know what narratives you carry, what emotion these narratives are creating, so that you are in more power and control. When you are more in power and control, that's when you have more strength to handle things, and that will give you more access to things as they are.
This is for listening. uh, it is just okay, okay, we can change that thought process, like that it is, but it's very difficult, and everyday process should be there for this. Everyday homework, every minute homework we need.
Hmm. Now, this is a narrative that you carry. This is a belief you carry. It is difficult, and I need to do
Ah,
every day.
యా అవును, అర్థమవుతుంది. ఎస్ ఎస్.
Good that you opened it up,
యా
because the moment this is how your narratives are. I said you should change a narrative, and suddenly something hit in your mind. It's difficult. It's easy to listen, but hard to apply. That's a belief, and that's a narrative.
యా
You're believing this narrative now, and also you also believe if you do it regularly, it will help. That's a narrative.
యా
That's a belief. Is it right or
ఇది
wrong?
ఎస్. ఎందుకంటే yesterday I sat in that our class and our attunement and all with open minded, nothing. I was not expecting anything, just I was there, just I was there. So
Hmm.
nothing, no emotion, no thing, just I was very calm and quiet. I don't want to express any feeling, any thought also. It was so calm. It was so calm. That music also, somebody said that that music actually it makes us move our body continuously, rigorously. That is
Hmm.
having that beat itself is having that. But that also didn't affect anything on me. So for that only, actually, I wanted to talk to you personally. What is this? Why I am like this? No expectation, or I am not expecting. I am just being there, just simply like that.
Hmm.
This yesterday I noticed this. After that, many you people were talking for many things about so many things, but I didn't. Uh, I am not there only. Just I am very calm, quiet. Okay, okay, okay. That's it.
Yeah.
So this is also one thing I am continuously observing in me.
Ideally, whatever happened happened for your reason. That is right for you. That's where your receptivity is. That's where you are in to receive or to experience. No story attached. Why it should be anything any different than how it happened? This is a bigger question that you ask. Why I want anything or everything that happened the way it happened? Why don't I want it the way it happened? Why do I want a change in it? These are the deeper layers of living that you need to carry. If something happened certain way, maybe you did a mistake. Knowing that it's a mistake, you still did it. Why did you not correct it? Why were you not conscious when that is happening? And what did you learn from this experience? What did you think that you should be doing instead? And would you get a second chance to change? We don't know. A mistake is a mistake, right? You did something that you're not supposed to do, and that's it. Now what? Just accept things as they are. If you have anything to learn, learn. I mean, add that to your learnings. If you have anything to experience, add that to your experiences and then quit. Quit thinking on that. Don't start to ruminate. You might be saying that I'll be getting thoughts naturally. Why do you get your thoughts? Why are you harboring those thoughts? Why are you not taking control of your thoughts? Who should tell you that you have to take control of your thoughts apart from yourself? You can say my thoughts will just flow. Now you give a counter thought. Try to build a counterintuitive measures of this event. Can't you do it? Everybody close your eyes. Everybody close your eyes, take a deep breath, and allow your mind to think whatever it thinks. It can be like this. Vamsi asked me to close my eyes. What will he make me do now? Now, why am I closing my eyes? Notice how thoughts are flowing. Now, notice all the train and chain of thoughts that are linked with this current thought. Notice how thoughts are jumping from one thought to other thought, or how a thought is like expanding its stories and horizons. Now say stop to yourself and think of an elephant. Any elephant that you have seen in your life, even from a distance or a movie. See the elephant, feel the elephant. If you sat on an elephant any time in your life, feel that experience. Or you've seen from a distance, feel that. Or you have never seen it anything in real life. You have seen only pictures of it. Just look at the pictures. Stop. Now think of an ice cream. Any ice cream that you have seen in your life or eaten in your life. Cup, cone, stick, whatever that is. Now think of a mango. Yellow, juicy, ripe. It smells like so sweet. It has got white dots on it on the top. Fully matured. Fully organically ripened on the tree itself. Yellow mango on the tree, you are seeing it. And now imagine it is falling off and you are able to hold it. You didn't even pluck it. It is naturally ripe. It is so ripe that it falls off and you could hold it in your hand. It just fell in your hand. Now smell the mango, that sweetness. Ah, feel the mouth watering. This is organically grown plant, so there's no pesticide. You can just eat it the way it is. But you wipe it off your shirt and you bit and feel the flavors oozing into your mouth. Feel the saliva mixing with the juice and pulp. Stop. Now think of your vehicle, of any vehicle that you have traveled. Any vehicle, your personal vehicle or vehicle of your any public transport. First vehicle that comes to your minds. Visualize that. Imagine yourself sitting in it, traveling in it. All right, open your eyes. How many of you are able to switch? As I asked you to switch. How many of you are just stuck with one thought?
ఎలిఫెంట్ వెహికల్ ఐస్ క్రీము బాగుంది ఇంకా తర్వాత మ్యాంగో దగ్గరికి వచ్చేసరికి ఇంకా మర్చిపోయాను.
But were you able to switch?
యా 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 యా
That's how you switch every time. You can't just switch to what you want to think. There's no rocket science behind this. It's a choice based awareness. You're choosing to be aware of the thoughts that you wanted to harbor. You're changing it if it is unpleasant. Because these narratives and beliefs will feed that emotional state. Right? So it's not difficult for you to hold on to one belief. Any belief that you hold will try to create its own narratives. So you have to be aware of every belief system, every belief that comes to the surface, and you have to start working on it. Now, how do you start? I know this belief exists in me. Thank you for showing it up. Okay. I'm sorry for not being aware of this presence. Thank you for showing it up. Now I see what this belief is doing to me. I feel how it feels when I hold this belief. Now I release it because it doesn't serve me anymore. Your belief or narrative has served its purpose at some point, not anymore. You tell to yourself this many number of times, not anymore, not anymore. Up until now, it has got some significance, not anymore. Say this repeatedly and feel how it feels. And the more you feel this, the stronger it becomes. At some point, your belief will lose its power and your counter belief will start to activate and work. It's not very difficult, it's very simple, provided you have to do it many number of times till it becomes autopilot. Understanding it?
నమ్మకాలా సార్? నమ్మకాల గురించి చెప్తున్నారా సార్? నెరేషన్
అవునండి.
అంటే
నమ్మకానికి ఉన్నటువంటి కథనాలు, నమ్మకం తెచ్చేటువంటి కథనాలు. So it is very, very important that you identify how you think, that you are aware of your thinking. Oh, okay, this is how I'm thinking. You are aware of it. If you're not aware, what happens? You will be thinking and you're not knowing it. Now, because you don't know what it is, you are in the thought loops. And these thought loops are creating thought energy field. This thought energy field is creating your manifestation. Understood? This thought energy field is very, very important. All the participants of SMC has known it, right? Thought energy field, how does it influence? Your thought energy field is very powerful. You cannot underestimate it. Because it is a living energy, living life force around you. It is magnetic. It attracts everything into you. So when you change your narrative, you can start with very simple. All these simple thoughts will start to manifest easily and effortlessly. You just have to just surrender to this. Provided you are actively conscious of your thoughts. You are active and consciously thinking, I'm no, XYZ. You know you're thinking XYZ. You're aware of your thinking. Wonderful. That's where your power is. Your awareness is your power. All right. Understood? Any questions or doubts?
సార్ మళ్ళీ ఒక్కసారి చెప్పరా సార్?
And మొత్తం చెప్పాలా?
లేదు లేదు, ఇప్పుడు మీరు చెప్పింది సార్.
So you have to be aware of your thinking and your thought process and your narratives. When you're aware, you have to take control. If you don't take control, what happens is the current thought energy field that is generated with the current existing thought is going to be amplified with other thoughts also, because ultimately they're creating an emotional state inside you. So when you take control, after you take control, what happens is you are switching thoughts to give you a certain feeling. That's how you're exerting the idea of Aham Brahmasmi. I'm the creator of my reality. You're not just getting carried away with your thoughts. You're taking control of your thoughts. You're taking control of your mind also by taking control of your thoughts and thinking and your narratives. You create a narrative that is favorable, that is going to be good for you. Again, don't do a mistake and justify it and say I'm supporting it. No. If you did a mistake, accept that you did a mistake. Admit. Don't justify. If you're not able to let go of the belief, work with that emotion, sit with the emotions till the emotions are released. Then you'll be able to see things as they are, than as you want it to be. Right? So narratives play a very important role or major role in shaping up your reality. So you have to take care of your narratives. You have to be very, very consciously aware of your narratives. Because every narrative is a indicator of your belief systems that you carry. These narratives show what you believe. If you believe you're always right. You cannot be wrong. That's the belief that you carry. So you will not accept your mistakes. You only build narratives that will support your actions always. You believe you're lucky. You only think everything is acting to your favor. You believe you're unlucky. You're adding every story that says you're not lucky. Isn't it? So be observant of your narratives. When your narratives are very clear, you can distill and see where exactly this narrative is coming from, what belief they harbor. Sometimes a narrative will have multiple beliefs attached to it. Again, dissect it. See what all beliefs are true with this narrative. This is a very deep inner work. But when you do it properly, you are mastering many things, because you will not get into narratives at some point. You will just accept things as they are and just move on. Now what? Okay? Any questions or doubts?
సార్ నాకు ఒక
Yeah.
చిన్న జరిగిపోయిన దాని గురించి మనం ఆలోచిస్తే అది వేస్ట్. జరగవలసిన దాని గురించి ఆలోచించాలి. ఏదైతే జరుగుతుందో అది ప్రెసెంట్లో ఉండేటట్టు చెయ్యాలి. ఉన్నతే చెయ్యాలి జరిగేది. అది జరుగుతుందో జరగదో అది మనకి అది జరుగుతుందో అది అవుతుందో అవదో అది అనవసరం. అవునా సార్? మనం
జరుగుతుందో
జరుగుతుందా
అవసరం అంటే మీకు నమ్మకం లేకపోతే పాయింట్ లేదు.
ఓకే, అదే అదే ఓకే. మన అది నమ్మకం కలగాలి అంటే మనం అది ఫాలో అప్ అవ్వాలి. 1 టైం 2 టైం ఫెయిల్ అవుతుంది, స్టిల్ సేమ్ అది మనం క్రియేట్ చేస్తే అది అవుతుందా అవదా అంటే అది మన నమ్మకం బట్టి ఉంటుంది కదా సార్.
ఎగ్జాక్ట్లీ. మీరు అవుతుందా లేదా డౌట్ పడుతుంటే అర్థం చేసుకోవాలి మీకు నమ్మకం లేదని. నమ్మకం ఎందుకు లేదు? గతంలో జరగలేదు. మీ రీజన్స్ మీకు ఉంటాయి. See, you might have reasons for things not working for you. But the point is, these reasons are there because of your experience, and you didn't let go of the experience. You didn't let go of the memory. You didn't let go of the emotion behind it. Once you let go of the emotion behind it, then you can think that there's a different possibility. So, as long as emotion is there, you'll not be able to think otherwise. So, this is also a calibration point, right? So, if you're unable to let go of some event of the past, that's a sign that emotion is still alive. Work on the emotion. It's just a calibration point. It will just show you what you carry is not right or wrong. You carry a certain emotion, you carry a certain feeling, and that is staying with you. That's it. And you're aware of it. If you're aware of it, that means you have more power and control. If you're not aware, then you have got no power or control. So awareness shows what exactly you're harboring. Are you inclining towards certain thoughts? Are you declining or rejecting other thoughts? Now, what are you rejecting and why are you rejecting it? Now, what are you inclining and what are you not inclining with? These are the points, and this is your assignment today. See how your thoughts are and what emotions are generated because of that. And then use I see you, I feel, I release you, or breathing protocols to release that emotion and see how it feels again. Every thought, every narrative, sit with that and see how exactly it works. Okay.
ఎందుకంటే నేను ఎక్స్పీరియన్స్ అన్నది, నేను బ్లింకిట్కి జెప్టోకి చాలా మంది వెళ్ళాను. దే సెడ్ యువర్ ఏజ్ ఇస్ మోర్, యూ కాంట్ అని. మళ్ళీ అదే రిపీట్, మళ్ళీ కాల్ వస్తుంది, మళ్ళీ యూ వాంట్ టు జాయిన్ అని మళ్ళీ వస్తుంది. సో ఇది రిపీట్ అవుతుంది నాకు. ఈ
Now see
కార్డ్స్
where exactly it is.
ఎస్.
So where exactly the thought is coming from, see, feel, and work on it. That's it. Very simple.
థ్యాంక్ యూ సార్.
Yeah. Any questions or doubts? All right. So I'll share the recording and also the notes and assignment. Do this and you'll see a lot of difference in your approach, because when you control your narratives and your beliefs around it, or when you focus on your narratives and understand your beliefs behind it, and you work on these beliefs, that's when you are breaking these loops once for all. Because as long as you carry a belief, narratives will start to pop from those beliefs. As long as they pop, you have a similar experience because emotions will be constant. Okay, we'll create a certain vibration field around you and you'll stay in the vibration field only. You want to rise from that vibration field to next level, then you definitely have to let go of the situation and go up. How do you do it? We have done the techniques, right? I see you, I feel you, I release you. Breathe protocol, consciously, question these thoughts. Why am I thinking like that? What exactly is my thoughts showing me? Okay. Understood? Any questions or doubts? Okay. I'll see you all tomorrow. Have an amazing day at Atma Namaste. Stay blessed.
Atma Namaste, sir. Thank you very much.
Atma Namaste anni.
Namaste.
Atma Namaste, Vamsi. Just please
Namaste.
change the seat, no, please. You change your seat, ma. You are so uncomfortable.
ఇంకో ఆప్షన్ లేదండి ఇక్కడ.
Avuna.
Yeah.
So I am looking at you only.
Yeah.
You are moving, no, very.
Sir, వెనకాతల మీ మిర్రర్ ఉండేసరికి your hands are looking like a four hands, sir.
చూసావా
ఎక్కడ
మా ఇద్దరికి
లేదు.
ఎవరి స్టోరీలు వాళ్ళకు ఉన్నాయి మా ఇద్దరికి. నువ్వు
ఆ.
డిస్కంఫర్ట్ గా ఉన్నావని నేను ఫీల్ అవుతే ఆవిడకి నువ్వు 4 చేతులు ఉన్నాయని ఆవిడ ఫీల్ అవుతోంది అంతే.
Perspective,
అదే
observation.
అబ్జర్వేషన్. సో నైస్.
Cool. Okay. I'll see you all tomorrow. Have a good day. Atma Namaste. Stay blessed.